Welcome students. Today I will explain you about the molecular evolution of hemoglobin to you. You know the genes which are present on the chromosome involved in the synthesis of the polypeptide chain of hemoglobin were derived through duplication of common ancestral locus followed by divergent mutation. The original hemoglobin molecule probably resembled the chemically related myoglobin molecule. Myoglobin is not a respiratory protein and is used to store the oxygen in metabolically active tissue or tissues or cells. The muscles generally composed by the tissues, and generally in tissue the myoglobins are seen, and this myoglobin is equivalent in all respects with the hemoglobin. The mammalian myoglobin is a single polypeptide chain. There is no tetra chains in there. In mammalian, myoglobin is a single polypeptide chain which one comprising 153 amino acid residues. But in case of hemoglobin, which one remaining in the adult form, hemoglobin A, comprising the two identical alpha polypeptide chain and two beta polypeptide chains. In alpha polypeptide chain, 141 amino acids should be remain. But in beta chain, you find 146 number of amino acids remaining in the polypeptide chain. But in case of your myoglobin, the single polypeptide chain is there, but comprising 153 amino acids residues. So, this hemoglobin, which was present within the muscles of the mammalian organism, and this myoglobin is called as your storage globulin. It can store the oxygen. Okay, but your hemoglobin is known as your transporter protein molecule. Generally transport the oxygen, not hold the oxygen, not store the oxygen. Generally transport the oxygen, and so hemoglobin is known as respiratory protein, but myoglobin is known as storing protein. Respiratory protein and storing protein. Hemoglobin is known as respiratory protein, but myoglobin is known as storing protein. Hemoglobin would be helping the transportation of the oxygen, but myoglobin would be helping the storing of the oxygen in the metabolically active tissues. Okay, it is likely that the distant past the myoglobin tissue cells and hemoglobin in blood cells were identical, but nowadays they are not identical. In their structure they are different. In case of the myoglobin you find the single polypeptide chains. In case of the hemoglobin you find the four but well distinct polypeptide chains. Okay, myoglobin evolved in a storage proteins with a high oxygen affinity, and hemoglobins becomes a progressively adapted to the role of oxygen transport in the different species based on the degree of the similarity or homology of the amino acids residues between any two polypeptide chains. As evolutionary tree can be constructed and each branching point in the tree shows the ancestral locus where duplication occurs and give rise to a new gene line. That is called as your Linnaeus, your Pauling, which one is a Nobel laureate. What is the name of the scientist who generally Nobel Prize winner? Linnaeus, named as Linnaeus. 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 Okay, and Pauling, Pauling. Pauling. His name is Linnaeus Pauling, who was the Nobel laureate, has calculated that one amino acid substitutions has occurred every 7 million years. The numerous differences in the amino acid sequence between the myoglobin and hemoglobin indicates that two molecules have a common origin at least 65 million years ago. Well before the first appearance of the vertebrates, one chain hemoglobin still persists in the primitive fish. Okay? And hemoglobin initially possessed the one chain in the primitive fish. Generally, the fish is known as cyclostomes. Cyclostomes, called as cyclostomes. Okay, and in its mouth there is no jaws. Jaws are absent. Mouth is more or less circular in outline, and so it is called as cyclostomes. Generally, they were lamprey and hogfish are belonging under it. Lamprey. And hogfish. Okay, these organisms are belongs under the your what? Your in case of the your cyclostomes, and they are called Dahani macho. Okay, and they are the very primitive type of fishes, that is called primitive fish, and have a single hemoglobin chain in the hemoglobin, which one is called as polypeptide chain, and then you find some carp, I mean type of the bony fish. Okay, you find two chains are there. Instead of the one polypeptide chain, you find two polypeptide chains in the carp. In the carp, you find two chains. But here, you find only one chain. One number of chain, a single chain. Okay, and this is the difference. And if it possesses the only one polypeptide chain, that is called a single polypeptide chain. In case of the hemoglobin, you see in the initial stage of the piece, you find only one chain is there. But in case of the carp, which belongs under the bony fish, it possesses the two chains, two polypeptide chains. According to the differentiation of the alpha and beta chains, hemoglobin occurred about 500 million. এই 500 ମିଲିୟନ ବେଳକୁ ଆମର ଦୁଇଟା ପଲିପେପ୍ଟାଇଡ୍ ଚେନ୍ ଡିଟେକ୍ଟ ହେଲା। ଗୋଟାକୁ ଆମେ କହିଲୁ ଆଲଫା ଚେନ୍ ଓ ଅନ୍ୟଟାକୁ କହିଲୁ ବିଟା ଚେନ୍। ଆଲଫା ଚେନ୍, other one is called as beta chain. Okay, it will be noticed at the time of 500 million. Okay, and when the first bony fishes appear, in there you find two types of polypeptide chains are noticed in their hemoglobin. At that time, alpha beta chains became aggregated to produce efficient 4 chains hemoglobin molecules, which is the characteristics of the most of the vertebrates. During the mammalian evolution would be arising in the 200 millions in this case. Okay, and in there they would be found the two types of chains. During mammalian evolution about 200 million years ago, the beta locus duplicated once again to give rise to the what? Which gene? That is gamma gene. That is called as the gamma gene. Okay, and that puts for the fetal hemoglobin having the additional oxygen binding capacity. Okay, and you mark the most of your recent duplication resulting in the delta gene occurred only your 40 millions. Okay, after knowing the beta, then next one is known as delta. First of all, alpha, beta, gamma, delta. But you see, gamma will be developed in between the alpha and beta. Okay, and after that, after the beta, at the end you find the delta. Okay, again listen the same line. During mammalian evolution about 200 million years ago, okay, and the beta locus duplicated once again to give rise to the new one that is called as delta gene, and that goes for the fetal hemoglobin having the additional oxygen binding capacity. Okay, due to this account, the young would not be tired after running and jumping for more time. But we people easily can tire if we jump and run, like in the 1 hour or 2 hours, you can take the rest. Okay, because you feel tired, and in the young, at the time of embryonic stage, you must find the what? Your gamma gene, and that one then having the additional oxygen binding capacity, and so it will not be easily tired. The most recent duplication resulting that delta gene occurred only the 40 million years ago. The delta gene has been found only in the higher primates. You have seen the monkeys and apes, they will not be easily tired. They will be jumping from this tree to another to the other tree. And after jumping and running, they will not be tired of. The divergence of the delta gene and took place before the separation of the phylogenetic lineage and leading to the old world monkey, and the line is represented by the old world monkeys, great apes and humans, and present day old world monkeys do not synthesize the delta genes. Okay, and apparently delta gene becomes silenced recently the old world monkeys, but that one also remain in that time, and when it remains in the forest range as a wild species. Okay, and these are the descriptions regarding the molecular evolution of hemoglobin. Thank you all.